Okay, so very welcome everyone. I'm Tash. Welcome or welcome back. We're going to be doing a very chill, gentle, quite grounding and low to the ground stretch, which you can do in your pajamas when you just need a little bit of a full body stretch and a little reset for your nervous system. So in terms of props, I always like to have a nice comfy blanket just to support the knees. And for today, we might also need a brick or a block, as we're going to end with a gentle massage for the eyebrow area. So let's just keep the block to one side. You don't need it for a while. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You can fold up your blanket and place that underneath your bum just for extra comfort. And as you come into stillness, just start to take some organic movements through the body. So you might take a little shake out through the shoulders, maybe a little wiggle out through the head, wiggle through the jaw. And coming into some sort of physical stillness, closing the eyes or relaxing the gaze downwards. Take a slow breath in. And exhale, releasing that breath out. Another breath in, filling the body with air. And exhaling, releasing. And then as you breathe out, maybe just giving yourself a little pat on the back or some gratitude for turning up and making this small space of time for yourself in your day to reconnect with your mind and your body. And gently opening the eyes, and we'll go straight into our movements. So we're going to drop the left fingertips down just on the kind of left-hand side of the body. Try not to take it too far back or too far forward. So we want it kind of in line with the hip. Then we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Exhale, drop that right shoulder away from the right ear. Keep the chest facing forwards and just side bend, pull the body over towards the left. And we're not going to pause here. We're going to inhale, come back through center. Right arm comes down, left arm starts to lift. And then exhale, just pouring the body into a side bend over towards the other side. Let's keep that going with the breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. And you don't have to go too far in this stretch in order to feel that lengthening through the side bend. So rather than reaching for deep sensation here, just see if you can rest on the edges of sensation. Exploring perhaps doing a little bit less. Keep that going. Make this your last exhale breath. And slowly come back through center. We're going to inhale, interlace the fingers in front of the chest. Exhale, reach the palms up and take a full body stretch here. Reach the palms up towards the sky and feel the sitting bones grounding you down towards the earth. So you're aware of that sense of length through the spine. We're going to take a breath in here. Then as we exhale, we're going to pull the right elbow down. Left elbow reaches up. Take the arms behind the body and feel that lovely stretch of the back of the shoulder girdle. And we're going to inhale. We're not going to pause. We're going to keep moving. Palms reach up just like we started. Exhale, left elbow down, right elbow up, pulling that elbow down towards the earth. Let's keep that going. One more time each side. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. And an exhale. Beautiful. This time a little bit different. As we inhale, we'll reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Push the palms up. Exhale, release the fingertips. Take up space and take up time. So almost like you're wading through honey. Nice and slow. Feel the shoulder blades drop down the upper back as the arms come all the way down. Beautiful. Then we're going to inhale. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, just melt them back down. Let's try that one more time. Breathing in, Exhale out. Lovely. We're going to keep the palms grounded for a moment. Maybe the fingertips ground down instead. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. So just a gentle tilting of the head over towards the left. You might want to stay here. Maybe the left arm comes to wrap around the crown of the head. And then not really pushing the head down, just using the weight of the hand to intensify that stretch at the side of the neck. And you might want to stay here. Maybe the right palm reaches out towards the right. You flip the palm towards me and then reaching the fingertips away. So feeling a little bit more length through the right side of the shoulder. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale, soften the jaw, the temples. Then exhale, releasing the arms, bring the head all the way back through center, drop the fingertips or the palms down, take a breath in. Exhale, we'll go straight into the other side. So right ear just gently tilts over towards the right shoulder. You want to try and avoid the chin coming forwards too much and the upper back hunching down. You want to keep the chest slightly lifted. Just the right ear just gently tilts over towards the right. You might stay here. Maybe the right arm just wraps around the crown of the head and just resting that palm on the side of the head, just using the weight of the hand. Lovely stretch at the side of the neck. Eyes can be open, eyes can be closed. Just breathing here. Maybe that left arm starts to lift. You flip the palm towards me and reach the left fingertips away from you. Take a breath in and a breath out. Oh, one more inhale. Exhale, dropping left fingertips down, reaching the head all the way up. Drop the right hand down. And then we'll slowly start to lean back and then bring the soles of the feet together and knees apart. We're going to try and take a little bit more of a chill position here. So rather than kind of pushing or pulling the feet really close in towards the body, think about taking a bit more of a chill diamond shape. And we're going to inhale, take a hold of the ankles, maybe you interlace the fingers around the toes. And then an exhale, keep the knees floating away from each other as you hinge from the hips and start to fold forwards, Baddha Konasana. You can allow the head to drop down if that feels a bit more natural. Sometimes people like to sway the upper body from side to side. That can sometimes feel quite nice. Keeping it nice and chill. Take a slow inhale. And an exhale. Last breath in here. And then as we exhale, we're gently going to roll all the way up to seated. Bring the palms down either side underneath the knees or the thighs, and then guide the knees all the way back together. Beautiful. So I'm just going to take a side-on profile here so you can see me. You can take whatever from underneath your bum out of the way. And then just start to lean back into the hands. So almost like you're kind of in a sunbathing position, you know, you're chatting to your friend on the beach, you just want to chill, you've got your margarita or your pina colada right next to you. Then we're going to keep the left leg bent. We're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest and bring the outer edge of the right ankle to rest on the left knee or the left thigh. Now, depending on how your right hip feels, you might want to slide that left foot forward, a little bit more of a gentle stretch. If you want to increase the intensity of that stretch, you can slide that right foot in a little bit and then keep that right knee rotated away from you. Lovely. Flex through that right foot. Take a breath in and a breath out. Slow, steady breathing. Keeping both sitting bones grounded. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's slowly slide that left foot away. So you've got a little bit more space to bring that right foot all the way down. Then take the feet a little bit wider and just allow the knees to windscreen wiper left and right. Just to ease up through the low back and the hips can be a really nice stretch to ease some tension from the low back. And then when you're ready, draw the knees back through center. We'll repeat on the other side. So right foot stays down, left knee draws in towards the chest, and then bring the outer edge of the left ankle to rest on the right knee or the right thigh. So again, right foot can slide away from you. You can slide the right foot a little bit closer towards you if you want a bit more intensity in the stretch. Try and keep a gentle flex through that left foot. Take a breath in and an exhale. Again, resting on the edges of sensation. And just letting the body ease into the stretch. Last inhale. And exhale. Slowly release that left foot all the way down. This time we're going to slide both legs forwards. You can walk the hands a little bit closer towards the body and then just start to flex and point the feet. Just bring a little bit of movement into the ankles. You might roll the ankles in one direction and the other. A few clicks here and there is fine. Take a breath in and then exhale. Let's transition into a hands and knees position. But before we come into hands and knees, we're going to do a little bit of a stretch out for the wrists. So option to have a blanket underneath the knees as usual. You know me, I like to prioritize comfort. You might too. And then as we come into tabletop, come up to kneeling for a moment. And we're just going to flip the palms upside down. So the fingertips are reaching towards you, palms are reaching up. And then bringing the outer edge of the wrists down towards the ground. Little wrist stretch. Take a breath in here. Keep a generous bend in the elbows. Exhale here. If you want to feel a little bit more intensity, start to draw the hips back towards the heels. Lovely. We're not pushing into anything that feels uncomfortable. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Slowly lift the hips. Flip the palms the right way around. And then draw the hips back towards the heels. And let's just come to rest in Balasana, child's pose. Slide the palms forwards, bring the forehead down towards the earth. Take a little wiggle out through your bum just to lengthen that tailbone backwards. And just take a moment to feel the earth supporting you. Sometimes when we get a little bit busy in our heads, we can live a little bit higher up in the body. So up in the head area, there's a lot of tension up in the forehead, the shoulders, the neck. So just bringing the awareness back down towards the earth can give us a little bit more comfort. Okay, now we're going to start to move with the breath into a rolling cat-cow. So slide the palms towards you. Then as we inhale, we're going to bend the elbows, start to lift the hips, sweep the spine forwards into your cow, lift up through the chest and the tailbone. And then as we exhale, we're going to round through the spine, ground down through the palms, tuck the tailbone under, and sweep the hips back towards the heels. Beautiful. We're going to keep that movement going. Inhale. Spine snakes forwards. We're going to lift up through the chest and the tailbone. And as we exhale, we're going to ground down through the palms and draw the hips back towards the heels. Keep that movement going. So it's almost like you're not even aware of where the movement starts and where the movement ends. Fluid, slow, steady movement. Let's take 2 to 3 more breaths in here. Just moving at your own pace. There's absolutely no rush. Last breath in. And exhale out. Beautiful. Then as we inhale, we're going to come all the way back up to hands and knees. Exhale, we're going to take Anahastasana, puppy pose. So feet, knees stay where they are. Pad the hands forwards towards the top of the mat. And then keep the palms reaching forwards as you allow the elbows, the forehead, and the chest to drop down towards the earth. Some people like to lift the head and place the chin down towards the ground, a little bit more stretch for the front of the chest. Some people like to tuck the toes. Have a sense of the tailbone lengthening back as crown of the head lengthens forwards. A nice slow inhale and an exhale. You might want to exhale through the mouth for the last breath. And we're going to slowly lift the head and the chest. Drop the elbows down towards the earth and see if you can just snake the whole of the front of the body all the way down. You might just need to scoot the legs back a little bit. And then we're going to lift up into our Sphinx position. One of my favorite back bends, always feels so delicious for the low back. Bring the elbows roughly underneath the shoulders. Spread the forearms, spread the fingers wide, forearms about shoulder width apart. Lift up through the chest. And see if you can draw the collarbones away from each other so you find a little bit more space in the front of the chest. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And sometimes people like to roll the head a little bit just to find a bit more space in the neck and the shoulders here. Can feel quite nice, especially at the start, at the end of the day when you're in pajamas, you kind of want to wake the body up or wind it down. Just rotating the head above the shoulders one way and then maybe the other. Take a nice slow inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Then we're going to slowly draw the head back through center. Scoot the elbows out towards the side. And then you're going to bring the right forearm across the front of the mat. Rest the chin down towards the right hand, right forearm. Sweep the left arm all the way back. We're going to bend the left leg and see if we can take a hold of left toes, left foot, left ankle. Maybe you just take a hold of pajama bottoms or leggings, whatever you have on. Or you can just use that left leg to ease it back. So without any reaching back of that left hand. If you've got a hold of that left foot, you can draw the foot a little bit closer in towards that bum cheek. I'm going to take a nice slow inhale and an exhale. Feeling that delicious stretch at the front of the quadricep muscles, the front of the thighs. One last breath in. And a slow breath out. Beautiful. Let that breath go and then slowly release that left foot all the way back behind you. Then we're going to bring the left forearm across the front of the mat. Rest the chin, cheek, or forehead down, and then right arm reaches all the way back. Bend the right leg and take a hold of right foot, toes, or ankle. Beautiful. If you have a hold of the foot, maybe just easing that foot slightly closer towards that bum cheek. And just start to draw the awareness back to the breathing, relaxing into the shape. Take a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. And then slowly release that right foot all the way back behind you. I'm going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders on the inhale. And then exhale. Let's slowly push back through hands and knees. Now we're going to grab your brick. This is personal option. I quite like to sit back onto a brick rather than my heels. So just sliding maybe a brick or two, maybe a cushion in between the legs. If you feel comfortable sitting back towards the heels, that's absolutely fine too. You just see what feels best for you. Have a sense of the knees pointing forwards, and then a sense of the spine lengthening. And I was watching my videos again. I say sense of quite a lot, so I'm trying to minimize that. So we're going to start to flow with the breath into a little bit of a shoulder flow. So take an inhale, sweep the arms forwards all the way up and overhead. Then exhale, twist your body over towards the left and let the arms cactus, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Lovely. Inhale, back through center, arms reach up, back through symmetry. Exhale, twist over towards the right and bring the elbows down in line with the shoulders. Keep that going with the breath, breathing in. Exhale out, twisting, elbows lower. Maybe the elbows lower a little bit more this time, breathing in back through middle. Exhale to twist. Let's take that one more time each side. This time, maybe the elbows lower a little bit more, getting that deep stretch at the back of the shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale, breath out. Beautiful. This time as we inhale, reach the palms up. And then exhale, let's take a twist. So right hand onto the outer left thigh. Left hand can reach behind you. Some people actually like to sweep and wrap that left arm around the back of the body. You see what feels best for you. Try not to lean back too much into that back hand if you've got that back hand behind you. We're going to try and keep that length in the spine. Slight tuck of the chin, take a breath in. And then exhale to twist. It's almost like you're feeding the upper chest over towards the left. Maybe the head twists a little bit further than the chest. Softening with the exhale. Make this your last breath here. And then as we exhale, just slowly come back through center and we'll go straight into the other side. So left hand onto right knee, right thigh, right arm can reach behind you. You might wrap that right arm around the body and then just easily inviting the chest to twist over towards the right this time. See if the rigidity through the body can soften with the exhale. Last breath in here. And as we exhale, just slowly come back through center. Lovely. And then we're going to pop your bum off your brick. And then we're going to come into a little bit of an eyebrow massage. So this is something that I picked up from Paula Hines. She's a very lovely restorative yoga teacher, one of my favorite teachers. And she taught this in one of her restorative yoga classes. So shout out to Paula. We're going to take the brick onto its middle setting. So if you have one of these slightly thinner bricks, then bring that onto its middle setting. So you want to feel like the top of the brick is a little bit higher than the bottom. So middle setting. And then as we come down, we're going to bring the eyebrow line onto the edge of the brick. So you're looking at about kind of this area, edge of the brick on the eyebrow line. Some people like to take a hold of the brick. You might just rest the hands either side. And then just feel the weight of the head create a little bit of pressure between forehead and brick. It should feel quite nice. And you can choose to stay here. Some people like to massage along the eyebrow line. So you might just slowly roll the head over towards the right. So it's massaging along the right eyebrow and back through the middle. And then rolling over towards the left. Back through center. And you might find some sweet spots here. So for me, I'm very, very tight at the start of the eyebrow. So you might hold for a breath or two and then keep that going. Ooh, always feels so raw and tender. And we're not looking to
push into anything that feels uncomfortable here. So if you feel pain, you're pushing down too hard. So ease off edge. Eyebrows tend to be a place that we hold stress. So just bringing some awareness to this area can help us to ease off fight and flight stress mode. Beautiful. Just take that for around maybe about 15 more seconds. You can stay with this if you're like, oh, Tasha, this is feeling quite nice. Feel free to keep going. Beautiful. And when you're ready, just gently lifting the head off your brick. And then we're going to come down for a very short and sweet Shavasana. So you can lie on your front, you can lie on your side, lie on your back, totally up to you. My personal option when I'm practicing at home, especially in pajamas, you might be practicing in bed, is to have the legs bent and the feet planted. So the sense of grounding through the feet. Hands can be resting on the body. And take 3 breaths together. So when you're ready, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale once more. Exhale, letting go. Let yourself rest and breathe for the next minute. And gently beginning to deepen the breath. Start to bring a little bit of movement back to your body. Maybe an exhale through the mouth might feel quite nice. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then gently roll yourself up to seated or a comfortable seated position as you roll over towards the side. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands on towards the knees or the thighs, maybe hands together in the heart space. Just bowing the head down towards your heart in gratitude for making this short space of time for you, your wonderful body, and your wonderful mind. We'll end by taking one last breath in and out together. So the slowest and deepest breath today. So take a slow breath in through your nose. Exhale out. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you have a lovely sleep or lovely day ahead of you, wherever you are. Maybe stay in pajamas. Lots of love. I'm going to end the video now.